first of all, your summers are a really valuable time that you have available to invest in a wide variety of aspects that will help you personally in your own development, let alone really make an impact on the college preparation process. You'll find the ability to explore different areas of interest, find your passion, maybe with academic interests, going into arts or sports, different areas that are just things that you're invested in will make a really big difference in your application process and in your own development. Similarly, summer programs can make a really big difference in terms of exposure to college or professional life. Internships make a really big difference in terms of your exposure to different types of fields. And college level courses will give you a sense of what it's like to actually take courses with professors at a university level, the kind of rigor that's demanded. And it can make a really big difference in terms of your own preparation to succeed in the long run. In addition to that, you're going to have the ability to connect with multiple people at a university and peers who are similarly interested or invested in their own academic or professional development. And that builds your network and connections. And that makes a really big difference, not only in the short run to make friendships and really have a wonderful community environment, but as you'll find out as life goes on, and you'll have really great connections that you can count on for a long time. So that makes a really big difference. One of the other pieces that I would highlight is in terms of the universities that you might be attending or the programs that you might be participating in. It's also really great to be able to connect with, say, the admissions offices or administrators at that institution who might be able to write letters of recommendation. So that is significant. In addition to that, there are opportunities for personal advancement. You can also do your own reading. There's different ways for you to develop and broaden your scope of knowledge. And so that makes a difference overall. And on a practical level, you may even be able to earn high school or college credit by completing some of these programs. So there's a really beneficial practical aspect to it as well. Overall, though, I think that one of the things that can really make a significant difference in terms of why you would want to pursue these programs is thinking about how it can help you stand out, not only because it is building foundational skills that we've discussed already, but it is also something that can, especially when you're thinking about competitive summer programs or independent projects, focus programs, those are going to be the opportunities that are going to help shape your application and your narrative, like Naomi was speaking about just a few minutes ago, to highlight exactly what it is that you are really contributing to a community or a university system. So let's go on to the next area and look at, in more detail, the ways that summer programs can help you. In reality, the process of applying to these programs ends up being in parallel to what a college application process looks like. So imagine having the ability to practice putting an application together and seeing a real review, seeing a real outcome, and having an opportunity to get a sense of where you stand in that process in terms of your own development. You'll have to write essays. There are resumes that you'll have to put together, and you need to build up to put your applications forward. And you'll also oftentimes be required to submit recommendations, which will make a big difference in terms of your relationship building with teachers. These may be the very same people who end up writing recommendations for college. So it's a great way to get yourself known in that area. Similarly, they demonstrate commitment and lend additional power to your accomplishments with external recognition. And as a former admissions officer for Harvard, I can't emphasize that enough. The idea that you are putting an application together you're trying to build your case for admission. And yes, you can say yourself that you've done X, Y, Z, but it's much more powerful when somebody recognizes that by virtue of a letter of recommendation or by virtue of your own admission to a very successful program. And the graphic that you see right there, I've highlighted in the past, and we have at Kyros highlighted in the past, the idea that you want to have very strong level of recognition, ideally national or international, but even just high level commitment to different areas of focus. And summer programs are really great avenues to actually accomplish that. And that's why they may require some effort, planning, demonstrated activities, and why it's really powerful to invest your time in them. So when it comes to planning for summer programs and for college applications, you want to think about things in a pretty strategic manner. You want to consider, what are your target colleges and what does it really mean to invest in summer programs in terms of the type of school that I may be aiming for. You may be looking at top 20, and in that sense, it's probably going to be really beneficial to have a couple of outstanding research competitions or internships as part of summer programs. It'll just help you build a very strong profile. For top 30, you likely need one or two. And then for top 50 with competitive majors in particular, you'll also likely need one or two to help you, again, stand out. And this is mainly because these programs are looking for individuals who can demonstrate that they've done the work and they have actually invested in time as they are able to accomplish this. Now, obviously, this may have you may have some financial limitations, and there are a lot of these programs are just something to keep in mind are not all paid. They're not all. They actually oftentimes offer scholarships. Oftentimes, the most competitive ones do. And so that's also something to keep in mind, that even if you don't have the means in particular to access these programs independently, there are programs that are out there that will also offer you that opportunity themselves. In addition to that, when you're thinking about the strategy that you're building, you can go on. And when you're considering how to choose, when you're choosing a summer program, you want to think the different dimensions. There are just a wide variety of types of programs out there that will make a difference and may fit you better depending on what you're looking to accomplish. There are some that are lecture intensive. There are others that are very research intensive. And then some examples for that may be the Stanford Summer Sessions versus the Stanford GRIPS program. There are others that will be for credit or non. Several schools actually offer both options. One of the examples that I highlight is Harvard Summer School. I was a proctor for that and saw the experience that students had in terms of just having an enriching experience as a high school student and learning how to navigate college courses at Harvard. Residential programs versus day programs versus online programs. There's a wide variety of options there. And that may be something that fits you better. Residential program may fit you better because you want to be on campus and have the experience. Maybe a day program fits you better because you have other commitments and activities that you want to focus on. Online programs may be even more flexible and be offering you a wider variety of options. Maybe you're earlier on in high school and the idea of traveling and living in a particular campus is not the right fit for you, but you still want to get that enrichment and that opportunity to grow. And that's where you would fall on that. Finally, you may have a particular strategy that you're trying to follow in terms of your own profile development for college. It may be the case that you're trying to deepen the depth of an activity. You're trying to demonstrate a special commitment to that particular field. Maybe you're somebody who's committed to STEM, and then you're aiming for a program that is helping you stand out in that area. But alternatively, maybe you are also that person who is very committed to STEM and has already done a lot of work in that regard, and you want to showcase something else in your application. You want to showcase another interest that is going to make you stand out a little bit more as more of a diverse, somebody who has a more diverse set of interests. And that's where it would make more sense. All in all, what you want to do is really think about your own needs and what you're looking to accomplish. And as you're preparing for that, you'll want to take all of these things into consideration so you have a really impactful experience for yourself.